I'm Chris. This is Heaven, and my lovely wife Margie will be running late, but she will be joining us here in a little bit. And this is Hanging with the Family on Addy Family Adventures, and we're going to be talking about Jungle Cruise changes. What they're talking about, changing the Jungle Cruise to, well, not changing it to, they're just adding to it, is what they're doing. And we got a little bit of Disney news we can talk about as well. So before we start, is Heaven, have you done anything, got anything new or anything? Obviously.
Nope.
Just the teacup.
Just the teacup.
Just the teacup. So I guess we can kick it off. So let's go ahead and talk. Well, first let's see. How do you feel about them talking about adding these new things to the Jungle Cruise, Heaven?
I've not heard a lot about it. I heard they're changing it. I've not looked into it. No one at work has talked about it other than the initial day when they said they're changing it. Like, that's it. So I don't actually know anything about it. Right.
Hey, Katrina. Hey, Disney Trash Can. Thanks for coming in. I think a lot of it was that they're talking about changing some scenes because they feel like it doesn't help with the diversity and it shows like maybe some kind of stereotypes and everything like that. And understand Disney World does attract people from all over the world. So it just helps people more enjoy the ride and maybe feel more comfortable. So I have no problem with that. I really don't. So, but let's start talking about some of the changes. So first off, one of the changes is obviously from the way they talk is the whole story is going to start off at the where the Rhino has the explorers ran up the pole. All right. So first they say we want to make sure that we take this as an opportunity, right? So as we look to clean up a lot of the challenges that we have in the attraction, we want to make sure we go in and add all the humor that Mark Davis gave it all those years ago. Anything new we add will be in that tone. And for the first time, we are actually linking scenes together. So what it is they're basically going to make it into a story, from scene to scene to scene, which sounds like it'd be interesting. I'm just hoping maybe there'll be more jokes and stuff like that. I think that would be great. So, but let's see. So if you think of the famous Rhino Pole scene with the team explorers who have somehow camped their night and then been run up the pole by the rhino and a group of other animals, that will really kick off the storyline. Did you ever wonder who those explorers were or where they came from? What's their backstory? As part of the enhanced storyline, each one of them will have their own story and cultural heritage. There's a bird watcher, an entomologist, a wildlife painter, and a photographer, and each one will have different reasons for being on the expedition. And of course, they did one of the things you're never supposed to do, which is leave the boat. And one of the things we are adding to the attraction is an animatronic skipper who's been chased up the pole by the rhino along with the other explorers. They each have great personalities, and I think our guests will connect with these characters in new ways. So we're not really re-envisioning that scene. We're just adding a narrative and storyline to bring things to life and connect that moment with other happenings along the river. So truthfully, I think that sounds awesome. I really do. I think, making it into a story. I mean, there is some stuff that I hope they don't take away. I really don't want to see them take away Trader Sam. That's probably the only thing I'm afraid they'll take away that I really like. I mean, because if you take away Trader Sam, then what's the reason to have Trader Sam's over it? You know what I mean? At the Polynesian. So, but it did say they're not doing any changes to Trader Sam's. They're not doing any changes to like the Skipper Cantina or anything like that. It's just the changes are being done to the Jungle Cruise itself. But let's see. And you may ask yourself, wait, what happened to their boat? And we find out that the front of the boat has been beached upon these rocks. We wanted to put something here that feels like Mark Davis had a hand in it, that has a bit of humor in it. And we want the animals to have the last laugh. So you'll see that the family of chimpanzees have moved in, and we don't currently have chimps on this attraction. All of these amazing animals have been brought to life through the years on the Jungle Cruise, and yet we've never had chimpanzees. The family of chimpanzees jumps on the wreckage of the boat, and they are almost making fun of us. One is wearing the skipper's hat and is on the microphone. The mother chimp has opened up all the maps, and it looks like she's reading them. A little chimp has gotten into the wildlife painter's supplies and has made a mess with paint everywhere. It's the animals really getting the last laugh in the cutscene. These silly explorers really came in and invaded their world. So yeah, I think that sounds like it would be amazing. And what I think was really neat is if they're obviously these explorers, they're probably going to give them names and like they said, backstories. So I think they're also opening up to more merchandise, probably for the Jungle Cruise as well. Do you think they will change the whole storyline, or do you think they will make it kind of like the live action one since that movie is coming out? I don't think that they're going to make it like the live action movie, or otherwise I think they would have put The Rock in it somewhere, and they're not doing that. So now could possibly they could change it if that had happened. I mean, if the Jungle Cruise movie is a success, of course that could happen. Obviously, we've seen Pirates of the Caribbean. They put Johnny Depp's character in it. They put Barbosa in it. So, but I think it all depends on what the success of that movie is going to be. As of right now, nobody knows because the movie hasn't came out. But yeah, I think eventually they could change it if that movie's very successful. So, let's see. I agree. Jingle Cruise is great, and it probably was okay. I almost feel like Jingle Cruise is a link between these experiences because with the Jingle Cruise, you have the presents that there were mistakenly dropped, and throughout the cruise, we get to see what happened to them. So I think these are like questions people are asking. What's the reaction been from the skippers? I was nervous the first time we brought some of the skippers in just to sit with them and say, here's why we're making the changes and here's what some of the changes are going to be. You could see at first some concerns being obviously there's a lot of love around this attraction, but a few minutes into the presentation, the smiles came onto their face. They loved it. The feedback from them was that it feels like classic Jungle Cruise, like something that has always been there. So obviously this means the skipper's spiel needs to change. We're keeping a lot of the classic jokes that the fans know and love, like the backside of water, but it will give our skipper some new material to play off of. So that's exciting for them. They were really excited about having some new source material, which I do believe. I think they need to do some new material because I mean it's getting to the point where the only thing different is the skipper and how they tell the joke or or the story as they're going through, you know what I mean? But let's see what else they have. The attraction's somewhat different at Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort. Will there be different changes based on locations? We're telling the same story on both coasts. What you see at Walt Disney World at the Magic Kingdom will be exactly what you see at Disneyland Resort. We really do want to tell a very cohesive story on both coasts. It's been fun to look at the nuance between the two attractions and what makes them slightly different, but the scenes that we're adjusting are the same. Is there a timeline for the enhancement? We haven't announced a date yet. We're working hard to make sure we can get everything in this year. So they're talking about having this done by the end of the year or by 2022 from the way it sounds. So I think that would be great. Yeah, to me, I think this is a positive note for the Jungle Cruise. Like I said, there every once in a while you'll have heard a skipper who's told a different joke than what another skipper has, but a lot of times, and too, I think that maybe, I don't know. I lost my train of thought for a second, but maybe, I don't know. That with a story, it could be better. I'm sure. I'm sure all the backstories are going to be really weird and everything like that. Hey, Greg, but that's it. I mean, that's all this is going to be, and I think knowing that the skippers are excited about it, it makes it even more excitable that this is happening. So, but I've always loved the Jungle Cruise, and I think it's always been for the punchlines or for the jokes. And a lot of time, what I was saying is a lot of times it's different with the skippers because it depends on how they deliver the jokes. And like I said, of course, I've had one favorite skipper out of all of them, but she had a I guess, I don't know, kind of a laid back kind of oh well kind of attitude is what I liked. Hey, T Marie. Hey, Jeffrey. Jeffrey already came in, didn't he?
I have no
No,
idea.
I guess he just came in. Hey, Jeffrey. Sorry, I think it was last night. But yeah. So I don't know. Have you heard anything about anybody talking about this or how they feel about it? No. What has Katie or Kiana expressed anything? No.
No, I mean, it's not really like big news because a lot of the rides are getting something
Changes.
done this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this year is such a big year that like even if it's like something small, a lot of the rides are having something done
Right.
to just kind of like really make them shine this year.
Well, I really feel like with what they were talking about, them giving the explorers a backstory and names and everything like that, they're starting to put maybe the Jungle Cruise on par with the Haunted Mansion.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, because I mean, a lot of people know the names of the characters on the Haunted Mansion and everything like that. So maybe that's what it is. And like I said, having these characters and giving them backstories and giving them names opens up for more merchandise for the Jungle Cruise.
Right.
So, because I don't think there's a lot of merchandise out there for the Jungle Cruise. But to me, like I said, it's
even the wishables that they did. It was like a tiger, a gorilla, a like generic skipper, and 3 boats.
right. So, but like I said, and like they said, they've never had chimpanzees. So I think this is going to be awesome, especially to see them like look like they're actually on a Jungle Cruise making fun of people who are going by, which I think sounds awesome. But it sounds like those aren't the only 2 changes they're going to make. It sounds like there's going to be more than just that. So this is probably just the only stuff they're willing to share with us. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to see it. This might be something I might not do a reaction video to when it finally opens up. It might be something I might wait to go see for myself.
Well, that's what you were going to try to do with the other ones too. You just quarantine happened and you couldn't.
Yeah. So, but I'm really excited for it. I wasn't really excited about the change for Splash Mountain, but I am really excited for the change for this. And I've even heard people say they don't believe they're going to change Splash Mountain. So, but I guess we'll find out. But from way it sounds is all the changes for this will be done before even Splash Mountain starts. No, I haven't, Jeffrey. I was on a long walk today too.
He's asking if you want to.
Oh, do I want to? I'm sorry. Sure. That would be great. So, but I don't know. I mean, do you think there's any negative opinions maybe of the changes? Do you think?
I think a lot of people are doing the thing where they're upset because they don't understand how the Jungle Cruise could cause. So I think a lot of this comes from the fact that Disney just added inclusion to one of their, like on the cast member side, inclusion was just added to like things that we focus on. We have a 4 keys. We have that just turned into 5 keys. Our 5th key is now inclusion. And I think that's why this has kind of happened. I kind of think that, like, you know, they want to make this change so that people do feel included and there's not any kind of like negative experience.
Right.
And I do believe there are people out there that don't understand how that could be a feeling someone gets on this attraction.
Right.
And I think that just because you don't feel it, that doesn't mean others don't experience that, and they're trying to change that.
Right.
But I mean, I've not personally heard that, but I do think that's a thing. I think that's a thing that those who don't have those same experiences, or who are lucky enough to not have to feel those ways, I think sometimes they forget that others might.
Right. Hey, Becky, thanks for coming in. Just real quick, not to change the subject, but Becky, you need to check. Look at your Instagram. There's a picture of a certain grocery store on there. So, but yeah, yeah, I can see that, but I can also see people a little worried about somewhat doing changes because, you know, there's been some stuff that Disney's changed that wasn't for the good either, like Imagination, which I approve. But you know what I mean, like Figment or Imagination with Figment, people are they really upset that it's not what it used to be. I don't know. I think that's probably the biggest one, the biggest change that they felt like was completely, you know, wasn't done well. And
I mean, I also think that we've seen Disney do those things and correct themselves in those situations where attraction isn't getting the attention they thought it would now with the changes. I mean, look at the Tiki Room. We went from the Tiki Room to the Tiki Room under new management and back to the Tiki Room.
Right.
And
if I'm right, I believe one of the Tiki Rooms. Hey, Margie.
Hi.
I believe one of the Tiki Rooms overseas has Stitch in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we were just talking about all the different changes to the Jungle Cruise, Margie.
Okay.
So, and they're talking about the you know how they're on the pole with the Rhino ran them up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So they're basically going to tell a whole story about each individual and give them a backstory and a name and everything like that. And then each scene is going to be a part of the story through the Jungle Cruise.
Oh.
So, okay. But they're not removing like certain stuff like the backside of water or anything like that. But we were talking about them actually giving these characters backstories and names. It opens the Jungle Cruise up to so much more merchandise than what it had before.
Right.
And then what I just got done asking Heaven was that if she thinks people are worried about the changes, because obviously there's been rides that Disney has changed that have upset people. And basically, you know, so far they've only showed 2 scenes, but I'm sure there's going to be more. And I think it's going to be a great. I don't believe this is a change. This is just an addition, is what I think it is. And I mean, there are going to be scenes that are removed because of that nature that we just spoke of. But I really think that the Jungle Cruise is just going to be even that much more. Knowing that the skippers are really on board with it makes it even more easier to realize that this is going to happen. So, but I really can't wait. I can't wait to see it when it's finished. I don't know how you guys feel. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
What's that? Are you guys excited for something like that?
Time will tell for me.
Yeah.
I said I'm excited for it.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, this is my favorite ride though. So, but I think we could probably move on. Do you guys want to move on to something else?
I
Sure.
read something from, I forget what it's called, Chip Comper or Disney something, that they're bringing back international workers for Epcot.
Oh, really? Wow.
Or is that, I don't know if that's true. I just read that. I don't know. I
No,
didn't
I
read the
just
whole
think
thing.
it's interesting that that's what you read from them, because what I read from them is news that I
It was
heard
just like the
last
topic.
night.
It said international workers coming. I'll have to go look real quick.
All right.
Go ahead.
I was just thinking that it's interesting that that's what you had read, because I had saw their post, and their post aligned with, or I saw a different post from them that aligned with some things I heard last night and I forgot to mention. But I heard the unfortunate news that they're thinking about putting a travel ban on the state of Florida because
wow.
of the high spread of the UK variant.
Very.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, can I go to Facebook while I'm on here, or would that log me out?
It might just pull your picture out, but we should still be able to hear you.
Okay, hang on a minute. Let me go see if I can. I'll just read it to you. I'll just read I won't read the whole thing.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'll just read you the part that, like, the headline of it.
Okay.
Pickle, where'd it go? Well, there is one thing I saved today too. It says get 2 extra days added to your 4-day pass. That's kind of cool.
That sounds awesome, actually.
Okay, I must not have saved it. Let me see. If
I hope you get those 2 extra days added before you get your room.
And if you don't, Heaven's got she's got a blow up mattress that you can sleep on at her house.
All right, but like only for a little while. Like,
oh, that's right.
Okay, I'm not reading it on here now. Where did he put it? Hold on. Excuse me.
I think it was a dream.
It was not a dream. Let's see.
We're gonna lose all the viewers.
Yeah.
Why?
Good job, Marge. You came in and bored everybody.
I'm kidding.
I'm so sorry. Y'all keep talking.
All
About
right.
what?
So, Emmett, I guess I understand where you're coming from, but I could understand that if somebody's saying they're coming back, what the excitement of that is, because that really adds on to World Showcase out there, having those international.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It makes it feel more authentic when I'm not saying it doesn't make you feel authentic because,
Well, no, I guess I don't understand why. Like, I think we still have some international people back there.
Oh, yeah, I believe so too.
I don't think that they said, like, you have to go back, but those people that still lived here, like, I'm pretty sure they were able to say, like, I live here. Can I?
Yeah. Oh,
Can
yeah.
I
I
keep my
promise I
job?
did read it, but I'm not finding it. What the heck? I hope it wasn't a dream when I opened my mouth. That would be terrible.
Well, I mean, even
Patina Restaurant Group hiring international cast members to work.
I mean, and that's the thing. A lot of those people are third party hired in.
To work in the Italy and France pavilions.
Both of those are third party.
I gotcha.
Okay. Well, I just read it on, it's like, Chip and Company or whatever. And I was like, holy crap, that's good news. Well.
So, I mean, I guess, yeah, like they could. I mean, I'm sure Disney still has a say on whether that's allowed or not.
Right.
But obviously, it sounds like they probably said, like, yeah, if you guys want to start hiring.
I only read the topic of it, but let me read it to you. It says, we've been seeing some reports that the State Patina Restaurant Group is currently hiring at the Italy and Pavilion at Epcot, and wanted to make sure you are aware that this news is incorrect.
Oh.
Well, why would you post that as your thing and then tell us it's incorrect?
Clickbait.
All
right.
That's what I say.
All right.
Now I feel like a dork. I guess they
And that
should've
is why
done
you
it
read the
instead of
whole
just-
article and you don't just read the headline.
Well, hey, it was Disney. I
Firsthand.
thought, okay, surely to God, this is all true. I'm going to unfollow
Yeah,
that
but it's
page
not
now.
Disney. It's like that is a third party poster. Like he's not posting on behalf of Disney News.
Well, I think I'm not going
If
to have
it
to
is
watch
not
this page
Disney
no
Parks
more.
blog, an actual person that works for the park posting it, or D23 posting it, you got to read it to see what it's.
Are they really getting ready to do construction or refurbishment at Contemporary?
I don't know about
don't know.
that, but I do have the list of 9 refurbishments happening now. Do you want to hear them?
April 2021, Disney Contemporary Resort will begin refurbishment.
Okay. Well, do you want me to read them, Margie, or do you want to start telling me? All right. Number 1 is the Hall of Presidents. All right. It says, as of January 2021, the Hall of Presidents is officially closed for refurbishment. While Disney hasn't announced anything specific about this refurbishment, I can't talk. Refurbishment.
Like a refurbishment and a refrigerator together.
It can be assumed that President Biden will be added to the attraction sometime later this year. The last time the Hall of Presidents closed for refurbishment for a new edition, it didn't reopen until December 19, 2017, nearly 11 months after its initial close. However, in addition to the new animatronic, Disney has debuted a new show element during 2017, as well as a number of technical upgrades, including a new sound system, lighting, and a high-definition projection system, and an expanded multi-screen viewing experience, which could be why it took so long the last time. Though it remains to be seen, Disney completely changes the show elements of this attraction again, or just adds the current president to the mix during this refurbishment. However, hopefully we'll know more soon. Number 2, Cali River Rapids. I wouldn't even know because nobody goes on it with me. So if they change something, I would just thought it was
You have
because I've
come in
never
the
been there.
cold months. The last 2 times, you guys have come in the middle of the cold months. No one's gonna ride that ride with you when it's like 40 degrees outside.
If it was like scorching 95, I would definitely ride it. But it was like
we've ridden it.
degrees.
You act like we don't know what it. You act like we've never experienced it before at all, and you're so upset.
So every year, Cali River Rapids goes down for annual
Also, you
refurbishment.
wouldn't ride Splash Mountain with Haley.
And though this refurbishment was originally scheduled to take place from January 3rd, 2021 until February 19, 2021, this refurbishment
you wouldn't have even been able to ride it if they would have done
will
it.
now reopen over a month later to guests on April 2021. So, number 3, Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. One of the attractions that did not open with Walt Disney World when it reopened in July was the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. And right now, this attraction is expected to stay closed through at least the first month of the new 2021. And while we could get lucky and see a reopening for this attraction just in time for spring break, rumors are starting to swirl that there is something seriously wrong with this attraction due to several factors, including the fact that this attraction hasn't operated in almost a full year. The refurbishment keeps getting extended, and the fact guests have even reported seeing People Mover ride vehicles crashing into one another. Unfortunately, Disney has not given any updates about this project, and if there are indeed issues with this attraction, we doubt that they make an announcement. In any case, we'll be keeping a close eye on this project and seeing if there are any signals that this refurbishment could be coming to an end anytime soon. I hope not. That'd be horrible to take that away.
If the refurbishment came to an end?
Oh, I thought they were talking about the attraction coming to an end. I'm sorry. So it's one of those things to worry about because of what happened out at Disneyland with them losing their People Mover is all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the Walt Disney World Railroad, which is something I missed the last time. I like riding on the railroad. But I would love if they do it like Disneyland's. I really would. Plus, if I'm right, I think the railroad at Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World is longer than the one in Disneyland's.
Currently, at this time, there is only one Magic Kingdom attraction that lies outside of the railroad loop. Do you know which one it is?
I think we've asked this before.
Probably. Did you say what, Mom?
Say it again.
Currently, at this time, there is only one Walt Disney World attraction that lies, Magic Kingdom attraction that lies outside of the train loop. Do you know which one it is?
Tron.
Well, no, that would be number 2. You say you're in the right part of the park. It's Space Mountain. Mom's gone.
Is she?
Ta-da! Magic!
She got disconnected, it says. So yeah, so they're talking about as long, and it won't reopen probably till after Tron is done. So the Tron likes. Hey, Margie's back. What'd you do? Leave?
I got a phone call.
Oh.
I won on it.
Well, if you did not hear, it is Space Mountain.
Space Mountain, Margie.
What?
All right.
Space Mountain. That is the one attraction right now that lays outside the
5. I've never been to this, which
what
is
just
the
happened.
What are you talking about?
What is she doing?
What did you do?
Every time Heaven talks, I can't understand her. It goes, oh
my God.
I think I'm going to have to leave and come back in so I can understand. Talk again, Heaven. Let me see if it does it.
No.
No, Heaven is... Heaven quit it.
I'm not doing anything.
I have to log out and log back in.
All right. So the next one, I've never been to this because we've never stayed there. Stormalong Bay Waterslide at Yacht and Beach Club.
Oh, the Yacht and Beach Club pool is like its own water park.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It says the Stormalong Bay Waterslide at the Yacht and Beach Club Resort is closing for refurbishment this month, with general maintenance being performed over the next few weeks. During this time, the Stormalong Bay pool will continue to be open as only the water slide is going under refurbishment. Oh, wow.
What?
It looks like all your teacups are going to look like they're...
Yeah, I know. I've known about this.
So the Mad Tea Party is number 6.
Just 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing really to read.
Yeah.
Let's see. Swiss Family Treehouse is going under refurbishment. So shortly after Mad Tea Party refurbishment ends, the Swiss Family Treehouse will close on March 12th for nearly 2 weeks before reopening on March 26, 2021.
I'm telling you, they're going to do this to all of them. They just want to spruce them up.
Well, I mean, the thing is they're not going to. The thing is they can shut down the Swiss Family Treehouse and open it back up, and it's still going to run. It won't stop running due to the fact it's just you walking through. So,
yes, Dad.
Unless a set of stairs fall off.
But this is gonna be a thing. This should not be a shock to anyone this year. They're gonna spruce up these rides.
So, but am I right?
What?
Can you understand Heaven?
I hope so. Talk, Heaven.
I'm scared.
I can understand her. We're good.
What's that?
We're good. If you guys could have
Okay.
been on this end of it and heard her, she says something. It's like, whoa.
Does she sound like the frog lady from The Mandalorian?
I have to listen to it. I'll tell you because it was so funny. I was
Oh
like,
my
what,
gosh.
what the heck was that? And then Heaven talked. I see her lips moving, and I see.
Okay, number 8, Margie. Do you know what it is?
No.
Are you sure?
Does she even know what you're saying?
Number 8. Yeah,
Refurbishment.
yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't know what number 8 is?
Oh, it's supposed to be the contemporary.
So starting on April 2021, Disney Contemporary Resort will begin a refurbishment to reimagine guest rooms, while some main tower rooms will be unavailable during this time. Most resort areas and amenities will still be available to enjoy. No official end date has been announced, but reportedly this refurbishment is set to last through September 2021. Of course, then we have the Jungle Cruise, which we've already talked about. And that looks like all the refurbishments. So,
Hey, you guys want to hear what happened to me on the way here?
what happened to you on the way there?
Oh, I already know what happened to you on the way there.
Yeah, you do. So I'm driving down 28, and I get past 400, and the little house that sits up on it looks like a kind of like a trailer, maybe like a modular, and a big red barn. There are 2 giant horses running down 28.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, I have to stop. I can't. So I run up to this house. I pound on his door and he answers that. He's like, yeah. I'm like, those are horses running down 28? He's like, where are they? Running down the side ditch now. And here comes a semi. All I could think was those horses were going to get hit. Oh, it scared the jeebies out of me.
Right. All right. Let's move on to some news. More news. All right. Let's see. So this might not be exciting for everybody, but it would be for us. Walt Disney World extends offers for active and retired military members. Walt Disney World has extended the availability of, various special offers for active or retired USA military members. Discounted hotel rates are currently available at select Walt Disney World Resort hotels for most nights from January 1st through December 17th, as long as guests book before December 17th, 2021. Guests can cancel or modify their reservations with extra flexibility through April 30th. As for tickets, guests could previously purchase a 4, 5, or 6-day military promotional ticket through February 14th, 2021 for use through September 26th. The tickets are now valid for use through December 31st, 2021 and range from 265 to 301 depending on the number of days. So, I don't know. Do you think they'll continue to do that even though it says... Because that seems to be a big thing that they've been doing for the military and retirees is having that kind of thing.
I don't think it'll go away.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't say it would go away, but I could see eventually them maybe lowering what they do or something like that, because really they give a lot of value right now to the military, but the shades of green always has been a big value for the military as well. So,
and don't get me wrong, it's a nice hotel, it's pretty, but it costs more to stay there than it costs to stay at
it does. At one time it didn't. At one
Mhm.
time it was cheaper, but then it got to the point where the value resorts were cheaper than what the shades of green was. So, and then the last item I have, and I'll probably have to share the screen here in just a second to show it. Walt Disney World's biggest eyesore is back, and it looks amazing. Walt Disney World is an incredible creative place where some truly amazing concepts have come to life. However, not every idea is a real winner. The concept of Leave a Legacy wasn't bad. As part of Disney World Millennium Celebration, guests had the ability to commemorate their visit by leaving a small image of themselves at Epcot that would be there for years to come. Unfortunately, the displaying of those tiny monochrome pictures left something to be desired. The entrance to the Epcot became a series of granite monoliths covered in gray and black lines. It was less than exciting to be the first thing you saw after walking through the gates. As part of the massive redesign of Epcot that is currently underway, the Leave a Legacy blocks were removed, but because guests were promised their images would remain on display for 20 years, we knew they were being relocated to a new space outside of the park itself. Now that relocation has commenced, and it's turned out Walt Disney World isn't simply moving the same granite blocks to another location. Leave a Legacy has been completely redesigned. It's now full of color and it looks gorgeous. Check it out. So I have a picture here. I'll share it. Let me share the screen. All right. And where was I? Right down here. So that is what it looks like now.
Yeah, I saw someone post a picture of it the other day.
Oh, somebody posted. You seen somebody? So if this had been what Leave a Legacy had looked like inside the parks, it might have been something else. The new walls are much taller than the old, and the original version could not have done that, as it would have obscured too much. But the color is just what this display required. It just looks so much more inviting now. It was just so gray before. The images were so small that it was a wall of bland, and you didn't even know what you were looking at until you got very close. This is actually something you might want to look at, even if you don't have a picture on display. So I like it. I think, if they would have done something like that, nobody would have cared that it was there. Tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So, but there's another picture of it there. It kind of reminds me, and I'm not trying to compare that, I'm saying, but it gives you kind of an idea of like the Vietnam Wall, but with the.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for that. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but.
Yeah, I think it's pretty.
Yeah, I do too. So. But is there any news that maybe we didn't talk about that you guys have heard besides international people being invited to come back? That's not true.
Have a nice night, everybody. Goodbye.
Kind of strange that 2 of your live streams ended like that this week, Dad. You're lucky I'm here. No, like I said, I just had heard that it's been on the news lately that possible ban to Florida.
Yeah. A flight ban from other international countries. Probably certain international countries, not all of them. Or are they talking all?
No, they're talking like domestic ban.
Oh, a domestic ban. Wow. So who are they talking about? Do you know?
Everyone. Like
everyone.
Yeah, like no inside travel to Florida.
Oh, wow. Because
of the UK variant has spread so rapidly over here, I guess.
I'm not trying to argue with why they're doing it, but it really takes away that whole being an American and having free ability to travel through your own country. So
I mean, that's just what I heard. It's also not been confirmed. It's just
oh no, I forgot Becky. Yeah.
Last I heard, it's just
Becky and Josh are coming in October. So
I also don't know how long it's for. If I had to guess, I would say probably like the spring break period.
Right.
Just because there's going to be a lot of travel to Florida during that time.
Right. Which is funny. It's really funny because your governor seems just to be like, Screw it.
I don't think it's coming from my governor.
Okay.
But yes, my governor is very much screw it, let him in.
So, but yes, let's see. We got a little bit more time. Let me look up and see if I can find anything else that we could talk about. How about that? Let me see. Walt Disney World releases new physical distancing rules for larger parties.
Does
Have
it
you
have
heard about
anything
this?
to do with the number of people that can stand on a marker?
Let me see. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Okay, physical distancing. Temporary adjustments are in place to promote physical distancing. Physical distancing measures may include. Okay, so down here it says party size. Guests traveling in parties of more than 10 are asked to split into smaller groups and queues. Dining locations and other areas around our parks and resorts to better allow for physical distancing. So
maybe they had somebody watching that party at 3 that was in front of us that were physically or social distancing.
You mean that party we weren't for sure if they were together or not together? Is that what you were talking about?
No, it was just kind of weird. Like 2 would move and 1 would stay, and then we're together. But you know.
They're using Google Translator to speak between each other. It was kind of hard to tell, wasn't it? All right.
Let's talk,
good.
I think we have covered about everything on here. Wait a minute. 5 attractions Disneyland does better than Walt Disney. Ooh, do you want to hear that one?
What is it?
5 attractions Disneyland does better than Disney World.
Sure, I guess. I bet one's Peter Pan's Flight.
Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin? Really? Versus Astro Blasters in Disneyland. Says through the 2 rides
and the Speedway.
Through the 2 rides have slightly different names. They have a very similar look, but there is no noticeable differences. The blaster guns, the Magic Kingdom was the originator of this ride, opening in 1998. The blasters on the original version are affixed to the vehicle, creating all sorts of range of motion issues. 7 years later, Disneyland got its own version with laser blasters that are removable from their holsters, allowing guests to shoot their lasers at targets anywhere. So they're just talking. Ooh, Mad Tea Party.
Did you know that for the first year that the Mad Tea Party was in the Magic Kingdom, it did not have coverage?
Really?
Well, I think. Well, I don't know. I guess
the first year that it was there, it was set up like it is in California.
Right.
But then they noticed how much rain
that's what I was
Florida gets, and so they had to put up an awning.
But it says, if you've ever ridden the teacup ride in Disneyland after dark with those colorful lanterns hanging above you, you know how magical it is. In fact, the Southern California version is the only one in the Disney park that isn't covered overhead with some type of roof, although Magic Kingdom's ride does have the adorable dormouse that pops his head in and out of the giant teapot in the middle of the ride. You lose a bit of that special Disney magic when the ride is all covered up, even if it does provide shelter from the elements. I mean, I could see that, but I understand why they're the Enchanted Tiki Room. I know why Disneyland beats out the Enchanted Tiki Room. They have Maynard.
They have what?
They have Maynard.
Wow.
He's a cast member.
Oh.
The actual indoor show portion of this attraction is almost identical at both parks. However, it's the exterior pre-show that can be more different. In the Magic Kingdom, 2 tropical birds, Clyde and Claude, one with a southern accent and the other with a British accent of all things, are the stars of the pre-show, performing for guests as they wait in line. These two birds are annoying and have none of the charm of the roly grumpy or crump designed tiki gods in the garden in front of Disneyland's version. All they do is make me long for a Dole Whip and the chance to sit under a large animatronic tree while watching the tiki god struggle just to hang on the back of Disneyland. All right. So it's a small world. So
Yeah. We all know. You don't even have to read
some may
It's
say they
rude.
hate this ride no matter if it exists, but there's no denying the grandeur of the version at Disneyland. The facade of the ride features its famous eternal smiley 30-foot clock face that rocks back and forth, along with a little children of the world parade at the foot of the clock tower every 15 minutes. Inside there are over 300 animatronic dolls representing over 100 countries. So the only thing, I did a reaction to the one in Disneyland that I felt like it was a little bit more crowded than what the one at Disney World is. I'm not saying I'm not saying that because of that it's not the best. I'm not saying that at all. I just felt like it looked like it was crowded to me.
Like the animatronics?
Yeah.
Or the
yeah.
people, like the actual guests?
I'm just talking about, one, I didn't like that you could see the canal. Because it looked like you could see that you were going down like a flume, right? Where they've kind of hid that at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, but I bet they have a really easy time evacuating.
Oh, I bet they do. I'm not arguing that either. So
I bet they don't even have to get in the water.
They probably don't. All right. The next one is Pirates of the Caribbean. So I don't think there is any other ride that's disappoints me more at the Magic Kingdom than this one. At Disneyland, no trip is complete without riding this 15-minute masterpiece. It's quite simply a marvel in animatronic storytelling. But clocking in at just over 7 minutes, Florida's version's literally half the ride Disneyland's is leaving, much to be desired. The end of the Walt Disney World ride seems so abrupt that I remember being confused when we were told to get out of the boat once it was over. It feels terribly incomplete and makes me long for a ride for the magic of the original. Perhaps you know too.
Ooh, it is thunder in here. Sorry. It scared me a little bit.
So those are the rides they're stating. I'm surprised Haunted Mansion wasn't in there, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? I'm really surprised they wouldn't put Haunted Mansion in there. But Margie, what is your favorite ride at Magic Kingdom?
Carousel of Progress.
The carousel, and from what I understand, it's supposed to be getting an update here pretty soon too. Just the last scene.
Oh yeah.
Is what I've been hearing. So, but so we got about 8 minutes. Is there anything you guys want to talk about while we're waiting? 8 minutes, or
we're supposed to get a significant snowstorm this next week.
I feel like we've been getting a continuous snowstorm for the last few weeks.
That's what he said on the thing today. We were talking about. He's like, so we've had snow, here a lot here lately.
Yeah,
and it's only going to get worse.
There was a thing I shared on Facebook a while back that apparently Florida was supposed to get some snow.
Did you? I think she's talking about Small World. I'm pretty sure she is.
I know. I saw. That's what I was laughing at right before it thundered.
But I don't know.
I think the dolls are just cute.
I do too.
They are cute until you're in it by yourself and there's no music and nothing's moving.
You give the stare down, aren't you?
And I only mean that like whenever I had to ride in to make sure everything was working by myself and nothing was. And I called my my leader, and I said, "Turn it all on. I don't want to do it."
So, are you excited for when Tron opens?
Me?
Yeah.
I guess.
When will that be?
Who knows?
Did it get pushed back again?
Probably. It's not going to be open for the 50th, they said.
Really? I thought they said it would be done before the end of the year.
They're not even done. Well, the 50th is in October. They're not even done with construction yet.
They were almost done. They were just putting the awning over the top of it.
On the outside, they got to do stuff to the inside still.
When is
And then you have to have a test and adjust team.
When is the Guardians of the Galaxy Resort supposed to open?
Resort?
That thing's big enough it could house people.
I don't know. I have not heard anything about that. But I read online that, actually, I'm pretty sure you read it in one of our live streams that Tron wasn't going to be open for the 50th anniversary.
Really? Did I? I don't remember.
Yeah. That's why I know about it. I don't know about any of this from work.
I don't know. I did a reaction to it, and I was very upset about how short it was. But then again, you know, watching it on a video and actually being on it.
What? Watching it on a video and being on it?
Right. Yeah. So, but we got 4 minutes. I think I'm going to cut it early if that's all right with you girls. So, Kay says that if anybody's in here to go over to Mouse Talk, he is trying to raise money for Pete McDevitt. So, if so, I will post a link. Yes, go ahead, Kay. Post the link. So, yeah, if you want to go over see Pete, if you don't know about Pete, Pete's in the hospital, and they're trying to clean out a lot of infection, and it sounds like they might amputate. Was it a foot? I think another foot. So I feel bad for Pete. So I hope he gets well real soon. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. We're not really that far off time. Anything closing, ladies, you want to say?
No, I'm sorry that I didn't read the whole article. I just read the, what'd you call it, Heaven? Clickbait?
You read the title, which was clickbait.
Oh, and I got so excited.
That's all right, Margie. Don't worry.
That'll teach me. Sorry, everybody.
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Heaven, you want to give out your Instagram?
Again, I just did it last night.
All right. So if you want to know Heaven's Instagram, go to Sweets and Treats at the end. But as for that, we are basically done for the weekend. I think I'm putting a video out from that. I have one video yet to put out from Walt Disney World while we were there. I will put out a reaction video on Monday. I'm not for sure if it's going to be a ride, something from the park, or if I'm actually going to react, because I still have not seen my live stream from New Year's Eve. And a lot of people want to see me react to the end of it. And other than that, then, of course, we just go back through our rotation of the week where I'll have Sweets and Treats again on Wednesday at 9 o'clock, where we will be doing Tomorrowland merchandise and food. And then Jedi Council with me and Gonzo, where we'll be doing another watch party of The Clone Wars, episode 2 of season 1. And then we have, once again, I believe. What's that?
Said, here comes the rain.
Hanging with the family, where I believe we might have some guests. So it just depends. But as for that, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all in the chat for coming in and supporting us. We completely appreciate it. And I thank Heaven and Margie for coming on here with me every week. So, but as for that, go over to Mouse Talk, go see Walt and Melissa, see what they have to say and what they're doing to try to raise money for Pete McDevitt. So we will see you all next week on Hanging with the Family. And once again, like I said, thank you all for your support. We completely appreciate it. So see you later. Bye.